Hey, this is Teddy here. So I am going to show you a solution to the problem that I had in the previous video um, I where when I hit play, the playhead was going up but wasn't coming all the way back down. There's actually three possible solutions for this. So if you're having this issue, there's three possible solutions. One is the solenoid. I already mentioned that I cleaned the solenoid, but if you haven't yet, the inside of the solenoid might be corroded, which might cause the actual metal bar that goes in to trigger this switch right here, to to which triggers the switch to jam. So I actually have this disassembled, so I can just go ahead and just show you here. So there's a solenoid right there, and you see that metal bar. If it's getting stuck in there, you need to clean out that solenoid switch. If that doesn't work, move on to the next one. So that would the second one would be there's actually a spring behind this mechanism right here. Now, one of my main concerns was whether or not I had to remove the actual tape head, of course, and for this one you don't need to do that, so you won't need to adjust the azimuth or anything like that. So to get to that spring in the back, it's like a bat winged kind of style kind of spring that pushes the mechanism down when it's not no longer in play. So to get to that, you need to remove the pinch roller. You can do that by removing the C clip right here. And then you have to remove this part, remove this screw and this bar as a whole, and then remove the C clip. To be careful when you're removing this array of heads right here with this backplate that there are two rollers right here and right here. So one roller right here on this end, and the second roller right here where these indents are, where these gaps are, okay? So be careful when you're doing that, because if you lose those, this plate is going to have a hard time moving up and down because it's going to be grinding against the metal. What I did was I also lubricated this bit, the part that makes contact with the roller, and then in regards to a spring, there's like from here, I believe, to like there's a spring that goes from like here, somewhere right here. It loops around a circular plate, and then it goes over here. This spring makes it so that when when the playhead is no longer functioning, it pushes it back down. Check to see if that spring is either broken, or if it has loosened up over time. So if it has loosened up over time, you are going to need to manhandle it a little bit to get it a bit straighter. If it has broken, you're going to need to get a replacement spring. You can get that by buying a spring, like a spring cable, which is like a straight spring, and then you have to mold the spring yourself. Be sure to take measurements of the actual spring width to see, and the length itself as possible to make sure that it fits properly. If that did not work for me, so here's what I actually needed to do. I actually had to disassemble this entire not the entire mechanism, but the majority of it. So this circular, I'm not going to do it in this video right here because I already did it. This everything underneath this circular part right here, this plastic circular part that I'm twisting right now, was gunk. It was like the grease has either hardened up, or I don't know. Maybe when I bought this thing off eBay, somebody probably spilled something on it because I had to do a lot of work just to get it semi-working. So, so underneath this plastic part, there is going to be you are going to need to clean and lubricate the part of the chassis that goes up and down. Now, it's impossible to do this. Or to like take apart the entire chassis to get underneath that part to clean it. So what I did was I sprayed under. This is probably not advisable, but this is what I did. I sprayed under the part of the chassis that moves up and down to move the playhead with deoxit. So there's like a metal plate that moves up and down, right? So I feel like I'm just repeating myself, but I'm gonna say it one more time. There's a metal plate that moves up and down underneath here. Underneath this plastic part. So what I did was I sprayed the underside of it with deoxit, moved it up and down again, moved it up and down until it like cleared up, and then I lubed it with some lithium grease. So you can do that by like just applying lithium grease, moving it up, and then applying the bottom part with lithium grease, moving it down, moving it back up and down. I did about 3 passes and it works perfectly. To get to the bottom side, it's actually not that hard. Obviously, move this front plate, take off the capstan wheel, attach. So you are going to need to remove this part right here. It's attached with a screw right there. Remove that screw, and then there's actually going to be an arm right here underneath the pinch wheel the capstan a roller. There's like a part where there's an arm that's attached with the C-clip. You're also going to want to remove the C-clip. At the same time, you're also going to want to remove the C-clip from this gear right here as well, because you need to take off the arm and the gear at the same time. And to get to that metal plate, you are also going to need to take off the head as well in the front to actually be able to lube it up properly. That's what I did, at least. Maybe your mileage may vary, but be careful when you're putting everything back together, because it actually needs to fit properly. Be careful of the orientation. There's actually like a circular plate right here that goes to the on the bottom side, that actually goes inside the inner circle on the reverse side of this plastic plate. But once you lube that up, it actually, and clean it out, lube it up, it fixed my issues with the playhead.